Chapters.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Ben in San Jose. Ben, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I just wanted to thank you and your team and everything. I've been using your technique with the 10-minute charts, watching the VIX, and just making a fortune here on the futures.
Isn't it interesting? That's awesome, man.
It's wonderful. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
What is going on, everyone? This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching TFNN, the Tom O'Brien Show. I hope you all had a good weekend. I was in Cleveland for a friend's birthday, and it was dog cold, but it was a great time. We went out to a concert, very nice. I had this like kind of developing theory, right? In the sense where everyone is moving to the coast and has been for so long, right? And it's just becoming untenable almost, in the sense that like no one can really afford to buy a house here in any capacity. I would say up the East Coast, it's already been like that for quite a while. And I was looking at different areas that were developing. This is probably about like a year ago or something like that. And I was seeing places like Huntington, Alabama are attracting a lot of different people. They have I think it's a missiles program out there, but they're bringing in more tech, more finance people. You're seeing this start to develop out in some areas of Arkansas, which is interesting. And I thought, well, hey, you know, is there potential for the Midwest to kind of get a little bit of that cake? You know, I mean, seriously, I think I would probably move there at some point, right? If I ever wanted to like own a home and do the whole big thing, because it's just a fraction of the cost. But there in the wintertime, and I realized that that's probably not going to last very long. But it was a good time. And so, yeah, I hope everything went well for you guys. I was speaking with Larry the entire time on the live trading. Again, that I heard went extraordinarily well for a lot of people there. If you go to the services tab on TFNN.com, you can go get it right now. Now, we're done for the month with live trading, right? You're going to start back again, I believe, December 13th. My math is right on that. But in the meantime, if you want to get in on there, like he had a killer Euro trade, it was just very good. If you want to get in on this, right, you can still use the code that we have. That's LarryNove24. Again, even though there are no more live trading sessions for the rest of this month, you can still get that kind of savings right there for the month of December. Of course, we have a short week. Thursdays, Thanksgiving. What else? We have Black Friday afterwards. I think the market's only open for half a day then. I'm not sure if we'll be open for that, but we will keep you posted on it. Let's take a look at what we got going on right now. The composite trading up about 0.13%. The Dow Jones Industrial up about 0.92% at $44,702. You have the SPY trading up 0.25% at 596, with those futures trading up 0.23% at 6,000 right now. You have the DXY. Okay. So, wow, what a pretty strong pullback on that, right? Really wanted to get up to that 108.7 level, crashes right back down. Of course, you got some discussion on the new Treasury Secretary and how that might kind of maybe temper some of the more intense rhetoric that Trump has regarding international trade and kind of how he wants to do that. Let's see here. You have crude oil. This is really fascinating, right? This whole market, I feel like, is in kind of a new paradigm. In the sense, like, I mean, we're able to like highly shrug off some of this kind of stuff, meaning conflict in the Middle East. I want to talk about as well, this is Iran came out and said that they don't have a lot of room to increase, at least OPEC Plus doesn't have a lot of room to increase supply in any capacity, right? And we can talk a little bit about that. Probably we'll do it next segment or something like that. But it's interesting to see how all these things that would, you know, traditionally shoot this, you know, price up, it's just not affecting it, even with colder winters and stuff like that. Very interesting, no doubt. Off about 3.05% right now, trading at $69 on that forward contract. Let's see, gold, man. That was a nice fake out move to the upside there. Asia sold a lot of gold, right? I mean, that's really the big kicker, right? I mean, Asia just sold a lot of their gold. Probably rebalancing in some sense. I think gold is still attractive at some level, at least for protecting against any kind of economic downturn. But this is having a serious problem here. Off 3.14%, trading off $85.10 at 2,627. Had great sessions trying to get right back up before that big leg down, which had a high there of around 61, and then just gave it straight up today. That's a huge bar down on some decent volume as well. Again, we made an all-time high this year of 2,801, and it just kind of gave it up. You have copper, let's see, trading up 0.53% at $4.10. It's kind of the same story with the metals, right? Silver didn't do as much of a fake out, but still has this kind of leg down today, trading off 2.93%, $30.42. And the Russell, though, the Russell is really doing quite well, trading up 1.96%, easily the strongest day out of these indices, trading at 2,460.90. I mean, it's like this market is just so strong still. Moving a lot like how the Dow moves on that. Let's see what else we got going on. You have Apple not doing much, Bank of America up a little bit, Citigroup up a little bit. Disney has been doing phenomenally as well. Man, really sustaining that gap up too, which is nice to see. Trading kind of sideways right now at 115.56. Lucid, Rivian doing phenomenally today. Lucid up 3.33%. Let's take a look at Rivian as well. Trading up 10.74%, which is fantastic. But it really has this resistance level here, right, of 12. Has support, a pretty strong support at $10. It needs to break 12 with some decent volume and keep trading up, kind of into this breakdown range. And that would be phenomenal. I'm not sure it's going to do that. I'm not sure. There's some news today coming out with Rivian. Essentially, whatever Tesla is trying to sue them for, someone's stealing info from them and bringing it to Rivian, I think was dismissed. And then the California governor said that he would be willing to essentially put out an EV credit if Trump decided not to do it. But I have a feeling, you have a lot of these large American vehicle companies as well who've been trying to develop EVs, and they're just kind of sitting there. And they would be at a massive disadvantage if Trump got rid of that as well. So they're in talks trying to kind of convince him maybe not to do that or to do something different, because that would end up burning massive holes in their pockets, without a doubt. I mean, that would be very bad for their quarterlies if they had to sit on that and sell them at a loss inevitably, right? Just to get rid of the inventory. So kind of interesting for that. Steel Dynamics up 1.08% and Tesla off 2.05%. Some of the big news today is going to be coming from Amazon, right? And this is where you've seen a lot of this movement up in a lot of these quantum stocks, right? We'll take a look at those when we come back from the break.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. Usually on Mondays, we have Steve Rhodes, Mastering Probability, come on. Unfortunately, he cannot make it today, but we are going to try to push that to Wednesday. But I do want to say, if you have not checked out Mastering Probability newsletter by Steve Rhodes, it is a fantastic newsletter. It's very thorough. And again, if you've seen him come on here before, he has just like very interesting ways of analyzing certain kind of, I would say, more macro patterns and stuff like that. Now, that's not the only thing in Mastering Probability, but it should give you kind of an insight into how he thinks and why this is really a great asset for you to start your trading day. So definitely recommend checking this out. Again, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee if it's your first time subscribing, so you can do this risk-free. If for whatever reason it doesn't work out, we're betting that it will, and he's going to be on Wednesday. And I know he's going to have something good for us coming into the holiday season as well. We're taking a look at Amazon before we went to the break. And so they announced the Quantum Embark Advisory Program, okay, for customers new to quantum computing. We'll just bring this over just real quick to look at it. This sent stocks in quantum computing up. We are going to talk about that a little bit more. So Quantum Embark, a new program aimed at getting customers ready for quantum computing by providing an expert-led approach as they begin their quantum computing journey. The program, customers can explore the value of quantum computing for their business, understanding the pace of development of the technology, and prepare for its impact. Quantum Embark is designed to cut through the hype. Okay, this is the big thing. Technical enablement, where users get hands-on experience of quantum computing via Amazon Bracket. And I was taking a look at this. This is actually pretty sweet because I believe, you get 1 hour. I might just do this in my spare time. 1 free hour of simulation time per month with AWS free tier. Very neat. That's some good marketing there. Interesting case studies for it. You can check that out. You can go to aws.amazon.com/bracket. And that, of course, is BRAKET. No C there. So, okay. Yeah. So we send quantum stocks up. Makes sense. All right. Let's take a look at Qubit. Of course, we've been talking about that. This is giving me chest pains because they didn't YOLO it. And that's all right. It's trading up 15% today, and it made a high of $9.20, pulled back down on that, trading right now at $7.01. Man, quite a move. Honestly, on this pullback, this is when I was looking at it. Like, okay, maybe I just do this and we'll see what happens. But, what is this? Is nearly $1 billion market cap for the company. It did get a second, a second buyer, essentially, right? For what they're trying to do in their chips. They obviously are adding thin film lithium niobate. I've spoken about this ad nauseum. for photonic integrated chips, which I think will probably be the way we're going to do that in the future. Just kind of a question of when that goes in. But regardless, qubits moving up on it. Same thing with Rigetti computing. So that's qubits the other way. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, moved up pretty significantly as well. But then the one that kind of got me weird, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm trying to find anything about this company, Quantum Corp, that has anything to do with quantum computing, or Amazon for that matter. This is like a data storage company, I'm pretty sure. And you're trading at a low here of the year, September, what is that? 6 at $2.20. Before this run up today, you get up to $4.17. I mean, still decent run in and of itself. But then you skyrocket up to $27.78, come right back down on it. But I can't find anything of them using quantum computing at any capacity or aiding in it either. And this is like from their website. I can't find this. And, website, Wikipedia, anyone talking about anything. Yeah. So this is weird. I don't know if this is like people just incorrectly dumping money into it because it says Quantum Corp. But very interesting nonetheless. I'm going to be watching that tomorrow because there is a chance that, that's the case. I mean, yeah, right, exactly, Dan. Yeah, they have quantum in the name, of course. So we got to dump the money into it. No, I mean, that was the issue I had with HIMSS too, and people freaking out about tirzepatide, but they didn't do anything with that. So anyways, that's what we got going on today in that realm. I still like the qubit play, but maybe not at this market cap for it. So I'll be following that and feeling shame the entire time that I didn't get into that stock. Speaking of HIMSS, well, actually, no, maybe we should stay here. Let's stay in this realm for a little bit. Maybe not quantum, but just computing in general. You get Intel Corp, okay? So up 2.47% today, still really trying to chase that gap. It has some ways to go. That's a low there, at least on that day, of about, 28.85 roughly. And so still definitely needs to move. Not a ton of volume coming up here today. I think that while it's somewhat interesting, the news, I still think they have massive systemic issues. And that is because the government essentially awarded them, or let's see, did they award them fully? I don't think they did. I think they were just in line for it, right? The $8.5 billion. And they shaved down the grant by $500 million just to $8 billion itself. Obviously, Intel needs some money here. I think the only reason they're benefiting in any major way from this is because they are a U.S. company. But I think they're going to continue to have issues, to be honest. And I'm fine with standing corrected on that, but I don't want to touch this stock at all. I think they have long ways to go. They're still going to cut a bunch of jobs just to try to get. So they're close to finalizing it. It's 8 Billion Chips Act. They're going to put that in Columbus, if I remember correctly, which would be huge. Add 3,000 new jobs on that. But they're not able to make some of these more advanced chips, like for Qualcomm, for instance. They're not able to make them viable, essentially, right? They can't make them yield very well, and that's a huge problem. That's where TSMC steps in and kind of gets that, and we can keep pumping money into Intel in hopes that would make it better and have a good domestic chip manufacturer or chip designer. They do both here at Intel, but I am worried with this one. It'd be curious to see. Amazon is trying very hard to start building out their own chips as well, in some capacity, not really to compete with NVIDIA, but just to become less kind of dependent on them, which I think is interesting. And why not, right? Especially if you've been designing that stuff for a while. And I could see something like that where Intel can come in with their foundry and be like, hey, we don't need to worry about designing this chip. We just develop it exactly like TSMC does. We just forge the thing. But they still can't do it. And I don't think $8 billion of government money is going to help them. I think there's probably an issue with leadership here in some capacity. Or maybe they're not doing very well at talent acquisition or retention. I'm not sure what it is, but I still think, again, as well, news like this, right? I mean, $8 billion is getting close to finalizing $8 billion from the government. I feel like that would have moved this stock way greater months ago than just a measly 2.24% today. I think people want it to work. I think the thesis for it working makes sense to some extent, right? It being an American company. But I don't think it's there. I don't think it's there right now. And, we'll see how their other stuff that they're kind of working on does right now. But I mean, we spoke about the CPUs again to ridiculous extent. And it just is not looking great, even though they're getting this grant or close to getting it. Folks, stay right there. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, everyone. We were talking about Intel a little bit before we went back to the break. Tony F. in the Den said they're an old disk drive company. You're referring to Quantum, right? That one we were looking at? That'd be crazy if true. Quantum Corporation. Yeah, I wonder, that'd be like a good strat, right? Like just create some like company we like sell t-shirts, but we call it like Quantum AI Moneymaker and go public and just like rug pull it or something. Again, over the break, I was trying to find anything that they did that had anything to do with quantum computing, like using qubits, to process things. And I can't find it. So that's weird. Anyways, that's quantum computing, not Intel, but Intel, I'm still not happy about the company. We'll see what happens with Intel. It's good they are getting that. Maybe this is something that, can actually get them back on their feet. They need the cash. Maybe they can use it for better talent acquisition, retention, better machines, whatever it might be. On this same note with the CHIPS Act, look at this, guys. Rocket Labs, man, $24.91. I mean, that really is, this is where the boosters, the thrusters come in right here. Trading up $3.4%, up 79 cents at $24.04. Completed 2 successful satellite launches within 24 hours. On Monday, received a $23.9 million award. Very nice. To expand compound semiconductor manufacturing at its Albuquerque, New Mexico facility. Crucial for producing space-grade solar cells and other optoelectronic components used in national security and commercial applications. Delivering, 4 megawatts of power over 1,100 satellites in orbit. That's pretty cool with Rocket Labs. Yeah, and they've been successful. Again, we spoke about them. We played them a little bit at earnings. Congrats to everyone who did that during the show or after, because you made some good money on that. I mean, for sure made some good money on that. What, we're trading around like 1480 or something like that. I mean, even like selling out like right here, right, would have been phenomenal, but you held it. You keep going. It's very, very good. I think that's interesting to see Rocket Labs actually getting out of any kind of insane meme thing and actually kind of staying and having some legs to walk with, which is pretty neat. I wanted to talk about HIMS, but I wanted to get the exact stuff up because this stock is just going nuts. Here, let me pull it up real quick. They have a new guy, an executive coming on from the FDA. Man, that is bizarre. Up 21.67% at $30.85. This is like getting outside of like the realm of, I thought it was cool that they were compounding these GLP-1s. I don't know what the heck's going on with this anymore. This is just, I think people playing it pretty heavily. Let me see if I can get like the guy's name on it and stuff like that. But essentially they got a guy from the FDA. He's going to be one of their executives, which is really good for them because the FDA is trying to make it so they cannot sell compounded GLP-1, particularly semaglutide. Now there are some other, other like GLP-1s that are already generic that I'm sure they could do it, but that doesn't really give them, I see, no, it's Trump's FDA pick. But they did add someone as well that's going to help them navigate it, but I guess that's not what this news was today. But there are other drugs that are within the GLP-1 family that are already generic and can be compounded, but I don't see how that sets them apart in any major way. They did a very good job when semaglutide was still on that shortage list, right, of hopping on that, buying a bunch of compounding pharmacies, really building that out. This kind of struggled a little bit. This is where you get this dip down on here from, and then the move up back to 25 from $19 roughly here was based on this concept that they were going to, one, challenge the FDA kind of on this ruling, but then two, they're developing like an application for you to be able to find like, hey, is there a shortage in your area? You can go through a doctor because of that and get it. So they're trying very hard not to lose on that investment that they made. Yeah, let me see here. %. Yeah, anyways, that's the news because of one of the picks that Trump had. But up 31.30, I still am suspect, sadly, of the stock because I don't know how much, that's going to cut in to their profits with Novo Nordisk being able to make semaglutide themselves and the compounders not being able to get it. And those companies, especially Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, are dumping in tons of money to stop these compounders, right? And you don't want to, I feel like a lot of people are investing in HIMS mainly for that, right? because of the revenue generating from it. They do a bunch of other things, but again, I don't know what sets them apart in a major way. I think the experience is probably a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't buy anything from the website. So I made an account just to see what it was like, and it was a fine experience, I guess. But I don't see how they're standing out from things like, I think like Harry's, or just really legit like random amino acid companies online, which have plenty of peptide companies online that do this exact same thing. I think it has more of a realm of like an air of legitness to it, but it's the same stuff. So interesting nonetheless. I just don't want to get into this right now. And this is an all-time high at 30.98 at a time where they are going to be struggling because they can't get as much revenue anymore. So I don't think, for me, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Nice if you stayed in it, though, and if you believed in the stock. Like, this is a fantastic gain from this low here. And people did buy, like, right in there. So, kind of on the same realm, I think, of somewhat meme stocks, I guess. I think Hims is kind of outside of it a little bit. But we can talk a tad about MicroStrategy and how this is coming off. Again, I believe it was Citron last week, Thursday, that came out that they're going to short it. They were still bullish on the long term. Wow. Yeah, still bullish on the long term for MicroStrategy. But in the short term, this was just kind of overbought, and I can feel that 100%. What is it, $79 billion right now? So they purchased 55,000 Bitcoins last week, 5.4 billion. Was it an average price of 97,862? This would have to go like above 200,000 for their Bitcoin reserves to get anywhere, right, like close to something like this. It's interesting to me, this kind of stock. And I think it is in this meme realm right now. I think it's great that people like this are bullish on it. But, you know, Bitcoin, what is it, floating right under 100,000 right now? And this thing is going to face serious and significant resistance at 100,000. It's trading at 95,276. Not really a massive pullback. Okay, you're trading like what, roughly where you were Thursday of last week. So not that big of a deal, and you're getting, you know, resistance the whole way down, which is pretty nice. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance, though, if I can pull this up real quick, I think we're going to start seeing some movement in the medium caps and small caps. We'll talk a little bit about that when we get back. Stay right there, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. We're taking a look at crypto before we went to the break. And honestly, the Bitcoin dominance thing, it is very interesting, but I kind of want to even just take a look at everything generally going on, right? Bitcoin is off just a little bit right now. Let me see here. It's up, It's down 2.75% today at 95,276. But your other big cap ones, right? I mean, Ethereum is moving. I mean, over a 7-day percentage, up 10.43% compared to Bitcoin's 4.16. And so it's like Bitcoin gets this major push and then it stalls out and then it just starts trickling, right? Where you get Ethereum now coming up. Tether's not doing as well, but well, you're in Tether. So, and then Solana up not that much either. Doge is up 8.59%. Cardano doing phenomenally, up 35.65. And then even your mid caps, right? Like AAV, Algorand. I mean, Algorand's up 26% 7 days, and the middle caps are not really doing the same as extreme movements as the large caps are, right? And you can see with the Bitcoin dominance kind of coming down a little bit. Let me see here. You're getting more people wanting to buy the other cryptos in the basket, And so I think that might be an interesting, maybe not, it's not a strat, but it's something to look for, right? So you see this massive push in it. Obviously other things get dragged up with Bitcoin, but that gets the majority of the energy initially, and then these other things kind of follow and take off, however long afterwards. So it's interesting. The Doge is kind of weird to me, right? Because psychologically, I mean, what is it? We could sit all day and talk about crypto and what value it has, or whatever. But Doge, I think, legitimately wants $1. I think psychologically, the meme with this market has always been getting Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever it is, to $1, right? Trading at 40 cents right now, up 8.69%. Over 7 days. I mean, it's beating Bitcoin over 7 days. Jeez. And I almost have this, and this I'm totally not telling anyone else to do this because I think this is kind of ridiculous. But they want that $1 so badly, and they do these pushes to get close to it. And I think probably you still have a few more pushes to go with that kind of stuff. But I mean, you hold that thing, it gets to 90 cents, get out of it quickly, right? Because the minute it hits $1 or tries to get it, right? It's going to face resistance. That's what it wants. Maybe it pops a little bit higher and then it sells off because you get all these people who want to profit. Trading at 40 cents right now. Then there's some kind of discussion of Elon Musk potentially using Doge on X, formerly known as Twitter, in order to make payments. Let me see this here. Yeah, this is from Forbes. Let me see. Over payments on the social media company, it included a dollar button. Speculation is that the dollar button is used sending money to someone as part of X payments. A researcher posted that on X. Musk replied, true. And we all know Musk pumps Doge because he probably is a whale in it to some to some extent. But I mean, you're not going to just have Doge support. I mean, you'd have, Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably other ones as well. I mean, hey, like if that's the case, I mean, this creates hype around it. And again, in some capacity, you don't have to like even believe it, right? I mean, these are kind of just like psychological kind of moves and everything. And I would never argue in court that Dogecoin's a good investment, and I probably will not ever put money into it. But I do think that the psychology is there of wanting that $1 the same way the psychology is there of Bitcoin wanting 100,000, So it's something kind of interesting to look at. And if you're ever curious about looking at those market caps, it's coinmarketcap.com. And you kind of just see, they do 100 mid-cap makers and then large caps as well, and then small too. It's kind of nice to see. You get sentiments with it and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of interesting. Let's talk a little bit about this kind of movement for the rest of the year and kind of how I'm thinking about it. I think they're going to run this market into Christmas, right? I think consumer sentiment is strong. I think consumers are continuing to spend. This is obviously still pretty inflationary, but it's no doubt, I think, still have some momentum. The consumers do, right? And you're seeing these BNPL, the buy now, pay laters, just be so strong. And they're going to become stronger. I mean, people are strapped for cash, no doubt, but they're using this kind of stuff. And I'm so, I was looking at maybe, running into this at earnings, and I think I just forgot or got distracted with something at work. And I think this is kind of, personally, I think this is kind of priced in right now, at least for the holiday season, but trading, up 4.88% at $69.80. That's at least a firm. And then you're having, oh Lord, what's the name of the company? The Nordic one is coming in as well and trying to really expand within America. So I wonder that, you get in something like this where we're pushing such high movements in the market entirely, which, we're up an extreme amount, like 27% for this year in the SPY. And you never see that kind of stuff. You had big movements the year prior, the same kind of way. And I wonder if we push this out and then at some certain point, the inflation is still somewhat strong. I really don't see why we keep cutting, right? Or why we would, because it's still resilient to some certain extent, And I wonder if you get, one kind of period, let's say, where we don't get the rate cuts, or maybe some big like Nvidia something bad happens to them. Maybe their Blackwell double die cast doesn't work out the way they intended to, and it's melting things. You can get this market really cracking back down. I mean, look, you're testing right now in the SPY. You're testing the high again. It was today, right? Oh man, 686 trading right now at 597. But I think this like increasing appeal of the buy now, pay later is allowing this, it's allowing this consumer sentiment to still become somewhat strong and really more the consumer behaviors to be strong, right? And there's no doubt this stuff's going to be used in a major way during the holiday season, which is why you're seeing at least a firm move up and things like Klarna come in and try to expand into the U.S. I don't know. 69.76 right now, made an all-time high right here. You see that all-time high? No. Yeah. It's $70.20. That's for firm holdings. Kind of crazy. I to be honest, it's hard to understand what to make of it. I mean, no doubt, I think this gets pushed higher in December. The entire market. I think we're going to continue to have fun with insane gains. 30% on news of new technologies being adopted. But I get almost concerned that I still think that the reality of the market is inflationary pressure is still kind of high. And maybe these things don't pay out in the near term the way people are maybe thinking about it. And that's when you can get a really bad kind of shake up in this market. So right now it stands a firm up 4.9%, trading at 69.83. The composite about 0.26% at 19,053. Dow Jones Industrial up about 0.9% at 44,695, and the SPY up 0.3% at 597.27. Folks, stay right there. We'll be right back for a short segment.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show right here on TFNN. About to wrap up the day-to-day. Take a look at Kodak. It's someone in the den ask, Joe in the den, ask about Kodak and why it just did this. And, I mean, they had not a very good earnings on November 12th. Revenues of $261 million. That's a decrease of 3% from the year prior. From Q3. A year prior, Gross profit of $45 million compared with $50 million. Gross profit percentage of 70% compared with 19%. It's just not a good deal. So, why did it do that? Well, it's like they're going to get rid of the pension. And that's going to allow them just to have more capital, I guess, right? So that's kind of unfortunate, at least for workers there. But, that's really the only thing, because it seems like they're in not a super phenomenal position in any capacity. And, what a niche subject to be in, right? Film and cameras and stuff like that. So that's why I moved up. It's up 18.41% today at $6.24, and it is because they are killing the pension. That was a high today of $6.71, out of curiosity. That is the highest it's been since August 2022, when it just broke down. Maybe people were anticipating some better earnings. Man, that's kind of a weird little move, huh? Anyways, yeah, not a good company to be in at all, and that is unfortunate for people working there, but I think some of the estimates are like $600 million worth of cash that they could get from it. Say that it's significantly overfunded, gains would deliver a lot of value. Huh. Weird. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien in the morning market kickoff, followed by Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Larry Pesavento, and then I'll have Basil and Tim Ward on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Not going to want to miss it. Take care.